The Surviving R. Kelly docu-series was a lot to digest. And if you're anything like me, I'm sure you were thinking to yourself, well, what's going to happen next after this docu-series airs? Well, that's why I'm here. Allow me to walk you through the aftermath of Surviving R. Kelly. Let's start with his ex-wife, Drea Kelly. Drea gave a compelling testimony in the docuseries about her marriage to R. Kelly and the abuse that she suffered to the point of almost having a miscarriage. So I'm sure you can imagine why people had questions when a video surfaced online of Drea riding in the car jamming to R. Kelly's classic hit, Happy People. Take a look.
Come through, Facebook Live. Yes, that is my baby daddy playing in the background. What y'all thought?
Turn right to I-285 South.
Questions, you have passed my test. Happy people, yeah. Turn it, yes, them who people? Happy people. Come on, baby daddy. Other baby daddy. Dancing. Happy people. Yeah. Stepping. Happy people. Oh, yeah. Not y'all.
The video really wouldn't have been such a big deal had it not been recorded 7 years after her abusive marriage to R. Kelly. So when people started asking questions, Drea took to social media with a response. First, she posted a quote from psychologytoday.com, which basically outlines the characteristics of a victim or someone who has been a victim of domestic abuse. It reads, "If you're a victim of abuse, you feel ashamed. You've been humiliated and your self-esteem and confidence have been undermined. You hide the abuse from people close to you, often to protect the reputation of the abuser and because of your own shame." Pause the video if you need to in order to read the rest. Drea didn't stop there. She also had a response for everyone who was questioning why she would be singing songs of a man who abused her for years. She wrote, "Thank God for his grace, guidance, love, and deliverance. I celebrate the woman I am today. Though some want to expose the pain-filled, scarred, abused woman I was. Stop. I am no longer afraid, no longer willing to silence my pain and sugarcoat the abuse I endured because of how my abuser and his legal team were threatening me to come against me if I didn't choose wisely." Feel free to pause the video to read the rest. Okay, let's put Drea on pause for a moment and let's talk about this website and Facebook page that R. Kelly and his team plan to launch in order to expose his accusers from the documentary. The Facebook page called Surviving Lies first targeted Asante McGee. Now, Asante McGee was the 35-year-old R. Kelly superfan who later went on to say that she ended up being one of his sex slaves at his residence in Georgia. The Facebook page posted her encyclopedia of mugshots, documented her criminal history, and it even alleges that Jocelyn Savage's parents hired Asante to infiltrate the R. Kelly camp to collect intel in order to incriminate him so that they could get their daughter back. The Facebook page goes on to say that Asante loved the lifestyle that she was living while she was a part of R. Kelly's camp, and the only reason why she left is because she was kicked out for stealing. The Facebook page also targeted Faith Rogers. You may recall Faith recently sued the singer, claiming not only did he abuse her, but he knowingly gave her a sexually transmitted disease. In an effort to discredit Faith, the Surviving Lies Facebook page posted a slew of text messages between her and R. Kelly where she was calling him daddy, where she was sending him photos of herself. But it didn't stop there. They also posted screenshots of explicit videos that Faith sent to R. Kelly and promised to post the full videos on the Surviving Lies website. Needless to say, it didn't take long before Facebook shut down R. Kelly's Surviving Lies page. A Facebook rep told TMZ they shut down the page because it violated their community standards. They went on to say, "We do not tolerate bullying or sharing others' private contact information and take action on content that violates our policies as soon as we are aware." But let's get back to Drea. Someone dug up another video of R. Kelly's ex-wife defending her ex-husband and praising him for being a stand-up guy and continuing to work and collect money to take care of their kids in spite of all of the allegations against him.
I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end of the day, he had to do all of that with that dark cloud. But what kept him focused and kept him going is, I have to do this for my children to make sure that they are okay. Because he could have just went under a rock and hid and shit been in shambles and we be the fuck everywhere. But that didn't happen. So at the end of the day, I love him for that. I will always respect him for that. And he did it with grace in the height of the storm. It wasn't no shit like he went and hid off somewhere and then came back.
For the time being, I think it would be best if we just mute on Drea Kelly. Now let's move on to Dream Hampton. Dream Hampton was one of the producers of Surviving R. Kelly, and she found herself getting dragged through the streets of social media for including Charlamagne the God in the docu-series. Even I have to admit it wasn't a good look having Charlamagne in the docu-series, considering the fact that he too has had sexual assault allegations in the past. And others feel Charlamagne has had a history of problematic behavior and opinions. Dream didn't push back on the swoop down. She actually took responsibility for what she calls a mistake. She tweeted, "I'm just seeing Charlamagne's 2010 tweet tonight. I interviewed him before the story about him broke, but should have cut him altogether rather than limit his appearance. It was a huge mistake. I probably spent more time arguing to cut Bruce. Again, mistake. Hashtag Surviving R. Kelly." When someone asked, why would you even include Charlamagne in this project? Dream responded, he was asked because he's been so clear and vocal with his criticism and condemnation of R. Kelly. He was interviewed before the story about him broke. I tweeted an apology a few minutes ago explaining I didn't see his old tweets until I was tagged with them tonight. So now that we're clear on that, less than 72 hours after the final episode of Surviving R. Kelly aired on Lifetime, Georgia has opened a criminal investigation against the R&B singer after receiving a flood of telephone calls in regards to allegations. Investigators have already reached out to Asante McGee, and they've spoken to an attorney for Jocelyn Savage's parents. Now, the district attorney's office has declined to comment on whether or not there's an open investigation on R. Kelly. In August of 2017, Fulton County Chairman John Eves called for a criminal investigation against R. Kelly after new concerning evidence was brought forward. Now, this was around the time all of the allegations surfaced about R. Kelly keeping women hostage and having a cult out of his home in Johns Creek. But a day later, District Attorney Paul Howard shut down reports that there was an active investigation. So at this point, we'll just have to wait and see what's going on in Georgia. But I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, back in Chicago, Cook County to be exact, an investigation is underway on R. Kelly. Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox held a press conference on Tuesday, and she encouraged all victims of sexual assault and domestic violence related to the allegations against R. Kelly to please contact her office immediately. Watch this clip from the press conference.
The recent allegations against entertainer R. Kelly and the recent Lifetime docu-series are deeply, deeply disturbing. It is our job here at the Cook County State's Attorney's Office to investigate claims in the interest of justice and of public safety. I should stress that it takes the courage to relive and repeatedly re-experience trauma by telling your story of sexual victimization. But we rely heavily on victim accounts and witness statements to prosecute cases involving sexual assault and domestic violence. I'm here today to encourage victims of sexual assault or domestic violence related to these allegations to please get in touch with our office. The number to call is 773-674-6492. There are dedicated professionals in our victim witness unit who do this work on a daily basis and can work with you through this process. Please come forward. There's nothing that can be done to investigate these allegations without the cooperation of both victims and witnesses. We cannot seek justice without you.
I think it's pretty safe to say the block is hot and R. Kelly's days may be numbered. I'll keep you posted as more information becomes available. In the meantime, drop down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts on all of this. And don't forget to subscribe.